Let's try Woolly. This is a really good looking game that I was recently inspired to try out, and I wanted to give it a shot. First and foremost, this is an incremental game. A game where you start with just a tiny bit of stuff, progressing slowly at first, and then having everything compound together to start getting a ton of stuff. Historically, incremental games, sometimes referred to as clicker games in certain contexts, are a genre of games that I'm not personally a big fan of. Years ago, I've tried a variety, including both clicker heroes as well as cookie clicker, often sinking a ton of hours into them. But through that experience, and as I have grown as a person to this current moment, it's just not something I inherently enjoy anymore. So it takes a game that looks exceptionally exciting, and one that doesn't seem like it would take thousands of hours to complete for me to be interested, and Woolly seems to be exactly that. Just like you would expect, you start with only one sheep that you can shear to earn a little money. Over time, the sheep will regrow their wool, and you can reinforce their growth by feeding them apples and brushing them. Once you have enough gold, you can purchase a new lamb that will have a random wool pattern worth a varying amount of gold and could be shiny worth even more gold. In order to buy more lambs, you need to buy permit upgrades. The sheep will occasionally fall over, requiring you to pick them back up. The sheep will also poop, requiring for you to pick that up or purchase a Pumbaa that will automatically do that for you. You can also buy an auto shear to cut fleece automatically. You can sell sheep to make back some money. You can build more fence posts to help organize your field, and you can build a barn to breed special sheep that won't appear through the normal lamb purchases. Largely, that's everything in the game. The most complex aspect is probably the sheep breeding, where you can take two sheep and get a different sheep through them. Ultimately though, this is just a system that takes time as the results are random. For me, I enjoyed the general gameplay loop of Woolly and find it pretty fun. If you're someone who likes incremental games, this can definitely hit that scratch. If you're somebody who's maybe interested in incremental games, I think this game is a perfect introduction and is the upper limit to what I personally enjoy with those types of games. And if you don't like incremental games at all, this is probably not the game for you. But on top of it being an incremental game, it is just such an adorable game. It feels very cozy and relaxing with a nice soundtrack and beautiful visuals. I definitely love just sitting here, playing the game a little bit and enjoying the music, but it is also a great game to just have sitting that you tap back into every few minutes while you are doing something else. It's definitely not the best for being a full-on idle game, as you have to tap back into the game to breed sheep. There isn't a way to automate picking up sheep, and the fact that completing the game is relatively short. On top of getting all the different breeds of sheep, which is the main thing in the game, there are some other Steam achievements as well. Ultimately, they are all pretty easy, and this can be a pretty casual completion if you're someone who likes to complete games. There's basic achievements like selling a sheep and saving up some gold, but there are some more technical ones like having 5 sheep fed and brushed at the same time, and manually shearing 5 sheep within 3 seconds. One of the biggest reasons I wanted to get this game is that it is made by the same individual who made Garden Galaxy. This is a fantastic game that I recently highlighted on my channel and love a lot. Given the fact that I enjoyed that game so much, I thought I would enjoy this game too, and I do. There are definitely some similarities, particularly in the vibes of the game. The two games are both considered idlers, but I didn't really feel like Garden Galaxy was an idler game, where this game feels much more in line with that idea. And then of course the general gameplay, progression, and scope of the game are very different. This is a game where you build up a big sheep farm and make a ton of money, not one where you let your creative freedoms flow to create cool floating islands in the sky. Both are fun in their own right, but the two games are definitely different. So if you're someone who also liked Garden Galaxy, there is a decent chance that you will like this game as well, but they are pretty different, so there's also a chance that you don't like this game if your only reason for wanting to play it is because of Garden Galaxy. But I like this game, which released late last year, and I also like Garden Galaxy, which released in 2022, which makes me super interested in seeing what games are next. Anna Katran, the individual who made these games, also has a handful of other smaller browser games that I am interested in checking out in the future as well. The gameplay is simple but enthralling, while the vibes are just really cute and fun. But after you get the basics up and running, it mostly just takes some time to earn some more gold. You can start slow with just one auto shear and checking back in to pick up sheep and buy new stuff, and it ramps up a fair bit once you get more stuff, but you still have to check back in. After you have purchased everything, there isn't really too much more you can spend gold on, and you can just watch the money count number go higher and higher, which is fun. Where the final big part of progression in this game is just unlocking all the different sheeps. and ultimately that just takes time. But checking back in, breeding sheep, and buying random sheep if you need is just going to allow you to eventually unlock everything. And after a while, I was finally able to get every sheep unlocked alongside every achievement completed, meaning that I officially completed the game. I suppose I could try to get a shiny version of every sheep to just go the extra mile, but that isn't really something that I'm interested in doing. But to get to this point, it took me a total of a little under 20 hours in order to get all the different sheep and 100% the game. Most of that time was not spent actively playing the game. I definitely recommend this game as a pretty solid and fun experience. If you're somebody who likes incremental games but doesn't want to spend thousands of hours beating a game, I think this game will be perfect for you. I hope you all enjoyed watching. Have a good one, everyone.